24/7 around the world, non-stop. This is UYI Radio. Unlock your inner genius. www.uyiradio.com.
Okay, so now we're going to be talking about how to create success. That's what I'm going to be talking about. And I believe everybody here, at least you know my name, I'm Denny Omaride. And personally, I believe that every one of us, we have a genius in us. We're all great people. But the truth is, some of us don't know our potentials. Has anyone here heard about the Golden Buddha? Okay. So there's this Buddha statue of the Buddha that was found, and it was covered with clay. So they thought it was clay, quite fascinating. So they decided to move that statue and, take it somewhere where people can come, see like tourist attraction and all this kind of stuff. So along the line, I think the crane, kind of shook a little bit, and there was a crack in it. So before going to, investigate the crack, it wanted to rain, so they just covered it with something so it doesn't get wet. So by the night, when it had stopped raining, one of the guys came and shone a torchlight to see, how bad the crack was. And it reflected light back, to them. And the guy was like, clay should not be reflecting light. So there's something in there. So the next day they tried, to open up, and they saw, this golden Buddha. And they now found that, it was back in the monastery. It was all, golden Buddha, but I think the monastery was being raided. And the monks thought the way to preserve this was, to cover it up with clay. And while they did that, the monastery still got raided and all the monks died. So that's still a secret for a very long time. Now the reason why I'm talking about this is just to let you know that each and every one of you is just like that golden Buddha. You have greatness in you. You have something unique about you, something golden, about you. But you're covered in clay, and that is just the obscurity. In some cases, it's lack of information. For some others, it's just lack of knowledge or whatever it is. So hopefully today we're going to be talking about some things that will help you discover the genius within you. So now we're talking about how to create success. Natalie has helped us with loads and loads of definitions about success. So I'm just going to ask for maybe one person here to tell me what success is to them.
Achieving your goals.
Achieving your goals. Sounds a bit too serious, but that's just the truth. Yeah, because as I was coming in, I'm not going to mention anybody. Somebody was like, Danny, how to create success. Does this include getting girls? If it's part of your goal, that's okay. So now, I got this, image online. And for this lady, I'm sure many of the ladies will agree with her. Success here is getting loads and loads of beautiful shoes. And I know somebody here that agrees with that one as well, having, more gear than friends, And so it just depends on you. It depends on you what success is. But at the end of the day, success is simply the accomplishment of an aim or purpose. So what is your aim? What is your purpose? I was so excited. I didn't know that was interesting, but yeah. Okay. So Alfred Kowiński is a Polish-American scientist and a philosopher. The reason why I'm putting this slide up there is because of this particular statement. The map is not the territory. I want you to think about that for a second. The map is not the territory. To simplify that, it means that there is more to what you can see. You see, when I saw that, it just, it blew my mind away, and I started thinking, my goodness, the map is not the territory. It just makes me start to think. And I put this down as the next slide. How sure are you about what you think you know? So what you think you know, is that the reality? Because what's reality to you is different from what's reality to you, is different from what's reality to you. So I borrowed from the NLP terminology because I'm doing NLP as well as Nadia. So just to explain that a little bit. But first and foremost, I took this because many of you might have seen this before, so it's easier. So how many people here can see a beautiful young girl? Put your hands up. So how many people can see an old lady? Okay. Interesting? I thought everybody would have seen this before. So who can see a vase here? And who can see two faces? Beautiful. So at the end of the day, it depends on the amount of information that you have. Because for one person, the vase is just the reality. And for another person, the two faces are the reality. But there are some people that the reality is both the vase and the two faces. So it depends on the level of knowledge, the amount of information that you have. So I put a quote here by Anais Nin. It says, we don't see things the way they are, we see them as we are. And Nadia talked about this earlier on, and I put a slide here. There's something about Nadia, because last year when she came around, I spoke first. So I kind of spoiled it for her, because everything I said, when she came up, she kind of said almost the same thing. So, but now she spoke this for me, because so I'm going to be saying many of the things. But the truth is, there is something in the air, because we are all spiritual beings. Today we talked about, I didn't see Nadia before now, so we didn't actually plan what we were going to say. Just the same thing with you. I just said how to create success, and I took exactly the same. But you can see the pattern, the trend, that we're all saying something, in relation to one another. So now, this is the NLP terminology. So it says we kind of taking information through our senses. You can see, giving an example from the eye. So with the eye, you view the event, and it goes through the next stage, which is the filtration system, the mind, and that is based on your values, your beliefs, the decisions you make, memories, and languages, like Nadia has already explained. So I'm not going to go into details there, so that I don't start repeating everything. So then from there it goes into what we call the internal representations, and that is kind of your thoughts. And this could be in the form of images, thought, feelings, sounds, tastes, smells, and that affects your state of mind, which is why sometimes you just wake up one day and you think you're having a bad day. Or you wake up one day and you feel, my goodness, I'm bubbling today. I can take on the world. It's because of this. Now sometimes, and all this actually, affects your behavior. And sometimes, or something I need to let you know is, for some people, they might see this as, oh, it's a bad news, because the brain controls all this. So you think you don't have control over it, because it's done automatically, not consciously, unconsciously. But the truth is, you can actually influence all this by changing all that. But I'm going to tell you, just hold that thought there, I'll tell you how you can do this very soon. Now, I put in here thoughts and words, because you can create reality with your words and with the thoughts that you allow in. And I can hear some people now asking me, how can we do this? You do this on a daily basis. For some people, you think, while you're coming in here, you thought of the topic, how to create success. If in your mind you have in your mind that by the time you leave this seminar, you're going to go away with the knowledge that you will be able to create success, you will be successful in anything you plan to do. You've just created something, and that's going to work for you. But if on the other hand, you believe that, oh my goodness, I'm sure I'm just coming because of them, I'm coming because somebody said there's going to be food and drinks. I'm telling you now, there's still time for you to change that, okay? So now there is this Dr. Masaru Emoto. He's, I'll show you this now. This is amazing. Before I put this guy did a research. This blew my mind, when I read about this. Now, he did a research and he kind of exposed water to sounds, to words, to images, and things like that. And crystallized the water, then viewed the water under the microscope. And he noticed something amazing. For every word spoken to the water, the molecular structure of that water changed. I'll play these so you just watch some of them. I might not play till the end, but please just watch. And that's exactly, and that's the molecular structure for thank you. Love and appreciation or appreciation. At the end of the day, you can see he actually puts in a lot of time to, research that. And it all started from the snowflakes and all. So he decided to, research more on that. And he found out from his research that water actually responds to words and to thoughts. And now, see what I've put in here. Your body, the human body is made up of water. Some say 60% of your body is made up of water, some say 75%, and I've even heard somebody claiming 85%. But let's say it's between 60 to 80%. That is a lot. So you are water. And what does that tell you? The words you say, the thoughts you say, they affect everything that happens to you. Now you can capitalize on that. You can use that to your own advantage if you say the right words and you use the right or apply the right thoughts. So I put in here, change your water, change your life. And how do you do that? Still based on your internal representations. So now, I've put a car park image there because 2 days ago, I said, you know what, Danny, I'm going to test this out again. I've tested this so many times, and it's always correct. So I was in the shower, and as I was taking my bath, and I saw that water sprinkling on me, and I started saying, thank you. And started imagining those beautiful shapes forming all around me. Then I started saying things like, you know what, today I'm going to find favor. Favor is going to follow me. And guess what? The school car park on a Monday, if you don't get here before 10 minutes to 10, then there's no hope of getting space in the car park. Then the other option is to go to the other car park. Instead of £2, it's £4.50. Okay, so when I finished taking my bath, I still started speaking, and I was like, okay, I know I'm really late now. I'm going to go to the school, and I'm going to use the power of visualization. So I know that once the car park is full, I normally see the red, those red signs they put up there. If it's green, they say space is available. Once it's red, it's car park full, So at first I saw that, the red sign. I was like, no, I'm going to change this. I want to see the green. So I saw the green, and I was like, it's going to be exactly that way. And I'm not going to see the red. And do you know what happened? I drove. Okay, I also said, I'm not going to pay more than £2. That was a mistake. So I drove to school. As soon as I got there, I noticed something strange. There was no space. But they forgot to change the signs. So I parked my car there because I knew what I had said and I knew what I saw with my mind. So I just parked there and waited, and the guy said, no more spaces, we've been turning cars back, but selling a ticket, £2. I'm going to move my car, then you park on my space. I was like, my goodness, this thing works. The reason why I felt bad after that was, I thought of it that if I had control over this, I should have said, you know what, I'm going to get this space for free. And maybe I would have gotten it for free. So what I'm trying to say here is not just to make people laugh, it's to say, even in the small things, the small examples, the small, your everyday experience, you can control it, you can influence it. And it works. It works. I just don't know why a lot of people are struggling, a lot of people are suffering in silence, but there are little things like this that can turn your life all around. Just try this and come talk to me. Come talk to me and tell me, what the outcome is. Now, I was going to talk about goal setting and using your senses, but Nadia is also spots that one for me. So all I can say is, when you want to set a goal, it is important that you do not only say, I want to achieve this. You should also put down things like, I want to achieve. Okay, let's put it this way. I want to make a first class as a student. Okay? I want to make a first class. So I put that down as a goal. Then I need to now say also, how would that make me feel when I achieve that goal? So sometimes you may have to close your eyes, and just imagine your name is being read out, first class honors degree, and then you also won an award in the university, and whichever dean or head of department is presenting that award, you can see that. You can maybe smell the environment. How would that make you feel? How would you now talk? Would that change the way you talk? Would that change the way you carry yourself? Would that change the way you walk? Try to see all that. And after putting that down, you now need to write down, how would you know that you've achieved that? Of course, you would have been given a certificate. So you put that down. Then the last point, which is the most important as well, which many people forget to do, is what are you willing to give in return for this? And that could be study, tutorials, hanging out with friends that will pull you even when you feel very tired. Because if you do these on a very busy day when you are so tired, these are the kind of things that would make sure you still go and, as in tick all those boxes. Because you remember exactly what you felt. You remember the satisfaction you felt when your name was announced or when you saw your degree. So basically, once you know all these steps to setting your goals, use the power of visualization, and I also said the power of intent, because in my example with the car park, it's all wrapped in there. Now, a lot of people give excuses. But I think what works is the formula. If you have the right formula, it will work. I'm a martial arts instructor and I teach people techniques. I can teach, you see that man over there, he's a very big solid man. I can pick the smallest person here and I can tell them how to take him down with one finger. Yes, please. Do you understand that? So it doesn't matter his age, doesn't matter his strength, doesn't matter his color, doesn't matter about anything, as long as he has that knowledge on how to go about it. I'll use a key as an example, another example. If I give you a key to that door, as long as you have the right key to the door, you are going to be able to unlock that door at will. It doesn't matter your color, doesn't matter where you're from, whether you're Spanish, whether you're Italian, whether you're Mexican. It doesn't matter. All that matters is you have the right key. So all we're saying is use this knowledge. Now that you know that your words and your thoughts, they can actually transform everything about you. Use the right words, the right thoughts as well. So at this point I would stop, otherwise I'm going to start repeating every single thing Nadia said. So I've said this, if thoughts can do that to water, imagine what our thoughts can do to us. No pop drinks, because I thought you guys are going to stand up and shout.
Yes!
Like I always say, if you have any questions, feel free to catch up with me. And if the questions are directed to Natalie or Nadia, feel free to let me know as well. I'll pass that on. And just know that you're not just, this physical being. Man has 3 dimensions. There's the body, there's the soul, and there's the spirit. And all these have to be in unison for you to achieve, your potential. And some people call this discovering themselves. You need to know who you are. You need to have a purpose. You need to be connected to your inner man. There's someone greater there. If only you can connect. When I went to, come talk today, and I was like, what do I tell you guys? Should I just go knock up a slide and all that, like I would, do sometimes? And I was like, no, just let it come naturally. It's formed a lot of lives. Is whenever it comes, from the inner man like this, it always produces results. When I go out and I speak to people, I always, get testimonies. People, write to me, Denny, oh my goodness, I tried this and it worked. I tried this and it worked like magic. It's not magic. This is the reality I'm introducing to you. Thank you very much.
Can I say something small, Danny?
Sorry.
Can I say something?
Too late. We'll discuss that at the pub.
No. It's very important.
Okay, do you want me to put the slide up?
No, even without the slide. It's not a question actually. I just want to thank all of you for this workshop, because I think it's very important, especially what Natalie talked about. By the time I wanted, and then I realized that it was finished, it was just coming down. But, when we talk about success, sometimes it's very hard. We see something very big. We see like maybe the Richard Branson, and then we think that is success. Something very big. But Natalie has made us to see that success actually is individual, and it starts with you. It starts from something small.
Yeah.
When you achieve it. So, like most of us here today, I think we can, capitalize on that for us we already achieve some success. Even just by being here, it's a success.
That's true.
And it is in our attitude. If we could change, if we could start to visualize, see things, I think it is really important. I start to feel it. I start to feel like something is happening, you know. As students, being with the right students who are committed, who want to do things, who want to succeed, you know, it is very important for us. So I really think we should have more of this even within us, talk about it within us, about the success. We should see it, and it will happen, it will work. That is what I see. Thank you.
Thank you. So feel free to mingle and